Welcome back to a very basic space program. You find us on the main screen because we have a Lunar Rover 2 going to the South Pole. It's got about 600 kilometers to go actually until it gets there, so that's going to be interesting if it makes it. I don't know what it's going to find there. It could explode. We're going to find that out. We also have a Dog 4E that I'm going to send up to our space station, and we've got some stuff around Jupiter to sort out, so please join me. So you find us on the launch pad with a Dog 4E. Dog 4E this now is. And we're going to launch this up to the station. We're going to use the ascent guidance to get this up into the correct plane. Of course, you've seen this go before. We've got the solids on the first stage hidden away in the fairings. It's going to give it a push. They run out, and then we've got the two engines just pushing it off. I'm not going to waste too much time showing you this. What we will do is we'll jump to when we can actually see the crew, and then hopefully get on with some docking. Well, actually, I'm going to jump back because we've had a fault. We had a fault on one of our solid engines, which is quite interesting. So we're actually failed to ignite. We had a Nike fail to ignite. So we've got, if I shorten in here, actually, let's have a look at the bottom of here. You can see we've got two pairs of Nike engines there, just to give this thing a push off the pad. Just because that initial thrust gets us going, and it means that we're actually moving through the atmosphere just a little bit quicker. And I found that it was, oddly enough, it was much more efficient even if we kept them inside the fairings. Just a little push like that just gave us a go off the pad. So that's an interesting one, a little interesting design choice for you, but interesting, it didn't ignite. Yet it is showing fuel on it. I don't imagine the other solids should be able to use its fuel, but equally we didn't have any gimbling. So that's interesting. Right, let's get this thing into orbit anyway. Right, we've got second stage ignition. We are going well. We should have fairing set, but actually no, this stage, I always forget this stage goes off quite early. We could maybe do, and it's trying to keep it under that 150 ton limit for this, isn't it? I seem to remember. It is 150 ton limit on this craft, I seem to think. Yeah, we've got like 60 tons of it on this upper stage. So the first stage is actually quite a light stage, but we just have a very large hydrolock stage. We never named the dogs, do we? We should really name them or something. I think in the British series I started numbering them because it was just easier, like 0.115 and things like that. So according to this, we've got lots of fuel. Electricity is a problem because we don't actually have our fuel cells on. Oxygen for days, food for days, water for 16 days. That's interesting. So there should be enough supplies on this thing. Let's see how it goes. What we could do is actually get some of our fuel cells going on. So dump the water, thank you, and start it running. So it'll be interesting to see how close we actually come. Okay, 600 meters per second. Yeah, that's not a problem. Right, we'll get rid of that. We can decouple. There we go. Put the RCS on. Do a little thrust away. Don't mind about that. There we go. We're actually gonna, just keep thrusting a little bit. Put me on prograde actually. Let's put us on prograde. And then do that. And that will actually take us into a slightly higher orbit and take us away from that. And then if we're clever, that's not got a controllable core on it, has it? No nearby controllable objects. That's not controllable. That's interesting. There's an avionics unit there. Obviously it doesn't have... It must just not have communications to it, and it doesn't let you jump. That's interesting. Right, we're going to turn off orientation control. Let's have a look at when we are going to be encountering. Well, let's first of all get rid of all the other stuff. We don't need all the other stuff. We get rid of that. Right, let's have a look. Where are we? We can also get rid of the stations. There we go. Right. Let's have a peek. We are quite far behind. How long have we got on supplies? About liquid hydrogen for 7 days and liquid oxygen for 6 days. That's interesting. That's the limiting factor. We've got a lot of food and water, but we've got 7 days of power. Okay, so let's just not that fast. A bit slower. Thank you. We should encroach, and then once we get close, we can just pop up and go for the docking. I don't know what the difference in delta V will be. Oh, there we go. Right, you know what? So what we'll do is we'll go for what's our we'll put it here. Add maneuver. And then we'll do that until we get a crossy point. Right, okay. And then we can just do this. And that's going to be okay. Oh, hello. That's going to be in 18 hours. Well within our allowed allocated time. So yeah, we could actually probably reduce our... Oh, look, liquid hydrogen, liquid oxygen's dropped again. I suppose it's finished filling up the cells. Okay. So we'll do a time up to that. Oh, of course. Our orbital period has just changed because that's always what happens when we do this. We're actually right on the brink of the atmosphere there, actually. Dare I redo this? Perfect. Right, team. Let's see how we do. So, by the way, let's look at the crew. We have got Tobias, who is a brand new pilot that we've acquired. I don't actually remember getting him, but he's not actually flown any missions. We've got Cornelia, who is a scientist. Has she been? She's been to orbit before, I'm sure. And then we've got Monica Wagner, who is a pilot as well. Okay, thank you very much. I actually meant to get an engineer on board, but we don't have an engineer on board. Note to self, probably should have an engineer on board, but yeah, we're bringing the scientist up because, you know, science on the station and all sorts of stuff like that. I am tempted to just leave the scientist on the station, if I'm honest. Let's see, can we get closer? Yeah, we can actually. Ooh, look at that. We can get within 100 meters. That's nice. I could be really lazy and not do the docking myself, but that would be that leads to craziness, doesn't it? It's first time with this station. Sea Monsters, you can do the docking yourself. Let's put us into target mode. Right, let's have a look. Where's me target going to be coming at? It should be in front of us or out. There we are. There we go. Okie doke. And of course, the docking will no doubt take place on the dark side of the planet because that's the way it works when you're recording something. Yay! Right. Let's put us in retrograde. There we go. What's the difference in velocity? 35. That could require a little bit of the burning, couldn't it? Yes, it could. I wonder how long that will take to do. We could do a little cheat. Let's put a marker there, add maneuver. How long does that take to do? So say 30, 35 was I looking at? This is a little way you could do it. 35. Go on there and then have a look and it's going to tell me 15 seconds. Okay. And that is something that I have started doing in KSP2 because in KSP2, I don't like the way the burn timers work. So about 15 seconds. So we can speedy on up now. Actually, we will no doubt get a pause in time as we come within a certain range, which we have done. There we go. And right, we can slow down now. We're going to wait until we get to about 7 or 8, and we're going to fire it. There we go. Coming in. We're coming in high. Actually, I want to be below it. So this will be an interesting one. We're going to overshoot a smidgen, I think. Or maybe not, actually. We might actually be bang on. There we go. And... oh, too much. Right. RCS to on. And we'll just try and do that. There we go. Okie doke. Now, thank goodness that I do not have to rely upon RCS anymore. Yes. Because, of course, if you remember the original versions of this craft where we had the nice big engines on the bottom there, it was horrendous because the engines kept failing. I think it was the Asteris engine used to fail, and that is horrendous. The only problem with these is non-gimbling, so I'm burning RCS fuel all the time. If I check in here, do I have a tank up there? Oh, I don't have a tank up there anymore. Did I get rid of the tank? Wow. Right. Let's have a look. Where do I want to dock? This is the fun bit where I've got to try and remember where the station is. Right, here's the station. Where would I like to dock? I think I want to dock that one. That one there. It says target. Right. Come on in. Getting in nice and close. We could do speedy up, which sometimes leads to crazy. Oh, and we've rolled. Now that's interesting. Oh, because it's persistent rotation. That's why. Right. Right, and then we need to do a bit of that. I want to roll the craft a little bit. There we go. That's it. There. Hold it there, please. Thank you. Right. Okay. Now I want to do that. And then I also want to, what do I want to do? I would really quite like to shift us this way. Do a bit of that. Get a bit of that going. Okay. And then just do that. Right. We're now getting to the point where I can actually start looking for the docking target. Get a bit of forward thrust on. Yep. And then I think we're pretty much online with it. Oh, we've got a freeze up. This is interesting. We're obviously saving the game at this point, which brilliant. You will notice I do not quick save. If anybody actually watches the video, you'll very rarely see me quick save, primarily because it annoys me, but mainly because I forget. You know, primarily mainly, yeah, that doesn't work. Yeah, so I forget. Let's be entirely honest. Right, I think we're coming in okay. We need to just get this up a bit, like so. There. Right, and then I want to push this out this way. I'm pushing it sideways because we need to come sideways so that I can then come in at the right angle, because we actually want to come in here. And we're currently coming in at sort of a 45-degree angle to my target. There we go. We're going to let it drift a little bit, like so, until it sort of lines up a bit. There we go. And then we will just start killing it a bit. There we go. There we go. Bring it in. So what we're trying to do is now bring this prograde marker back onto target. And yes, I could use the autopilot for this. It would be much better. I am not doing that. I could also rotate the station, but I'm trying to do a side docking. Normally I would do normal, anti-normal first time I come to a station, but we're being creative. Is that the right word? I'm not sure if we are being creative on this. Right, let's speedy on up a bit. Right. Let's get to within 30. Oh, we've got the sunlight. How wonderful. Let's get to within 30, and then we can... There we go. Then we can play around with it. Okay. Am I coming in at the right angle? That looks lined up. I look a bit high for my liking, actually. So we'll just push ourselves down a bit. There we go. And you can see the station in all its glory now, and it's that limb there has collapsed, because of course it has. This is one of the problems with having the foldy out concept. It does do the whole flopping about when you're not there, so that's something we need to fix. Right, here we go. Yeah, I don't normally dock by doing this. Is like the Matt Lown approach to docking, isn't it? You basically target the docking port and just thrust to it, and then you get the other one to target docking port and just thrust to it. I have found in RP-1 you tend to then orbit round each other in like Lagrange point sort of situation, but yeah, I don't really like it. Right, here we go. Give ourselves, and we're going to come in at half a meter, 0.4 meters per second. There you go. That's good. We've got very little distance to go. Almost in. Come on. I'm becoming impatient. Right. The positive is because of this, we know we're going to dock. The question is, are we going to be aligned? I think we're actually coming in a bit high. So I'm gonna push us down a bit. And then once we're down a bit, we're going to push us up again. There we go. Come on. Pull it up. There we go. Perfect. And then we could just do a little bit of slow it down. Bring it in. Should never really fire your RCS towards the station because, you know, you can damage it. But there we go. Just do that. Turn off everything. There we go. Docked. Oh, experiments cost. Oh, how exciting. It shows it. I've completely forgot it's going to show us that. Okay, so we were getting. That's because we've got less optimistic bars. You can see from here actually the thrusters on the bottom of the station there. So when the time comes, this thing can actually put itself in the atmosphere. Possibly. I don't know if it has enough delta V. Probably could. Right. Let us have a look. Are we done? I'm just trying to figure out if we can actually, because we've already done the experiment. There we are. Right. Note to self. Why is this? Turn that off. T. I want it to be on the normal. There we go. Right. Can we stop collecting that? Close it. Stop collecting that. Close it. Right. Can we now do this? Right, so it does do, cool, clean lab, what's that do? It does require that they actually have samples, not just any science data. That I quite like that. Right, turn the RCS on. Let's get this thing orientated back to its normal position because it has moved. There we go. Oh, it's quite strong, the RCS on this, isn't it? Is this firing its RCS? I don't think it is. Yeah, okay. There we go. Hold it, hold it, hold it. If we get something bigger, they will definitely have to dock at the bottom there because the approach to this is not easy. But equally, we could put storage tanks on the side of there. That's one of the things I might do at around the moon. It's actually ideal for storage facilities, actually. If we started doing sort of reusable to the surface and stuff, we could actually have storage tanks with fuel on. And then we don't have to keep sending flight hardware. But then it gets a bit sort of debatable as to whether it's worth it or not, because reusability means an awful lot of extra mass being used and brought up and down every time. It's nice, but unless we're producing fuel on the moon, it's not particularly good. Anyway, we've got stuff to do. Let's go and get on with something else. Right, do not ask me why I've called it Muro, because it was supposed to be Maro. But then we got Vero, so it's a Venus. We got Luro for Luna, so it should be Martian, M-A. But Muro, I don't know. I think because I was thinking Moon or Mars, I don't know. Just comments down below if you can figure out why it's called that. Anyway, I think it's time to go and see Luro 2. This could be a problem. Right, magically, we're actually on the surface. We seem to have gone to the only flat piece of land ever that I've seen on the South Pole. Wow, that's amazing. Right, let's actually have a look. Let's see what we're doing for science here. We haven't got any signal. Of course we don't have signal. We're on the South Pole. What have we got that's going to be able to give us signal? We're going to relays? Nope. Relays. Right. Oh, that's gonna be a problem. What's that? Right. Let's just run it forward a little bit. Where's the U there? So Mach 1. How long does it take for Mach 1 to get down here is the question. You know what? We're just going to do it old school. We're actually going to look at the devices. So what have we got? What have we got? This thing. It has 80 days. And in here, we do not have any science. Over here, we've got invalid. Here, we've got waiting. Here, we've got waiting. Here, we've got invalid. This thing's done. This thing is running. It's got another 80 days. Right, so we've got 80 days on that. We've got 80 days on that. So we can actually mark. We could just, you know what? We'll put a timer down. We're loving the timers at the moment. Let's add a timer for 80 days. Right, so here we are with our Ganymede craft. I'm just gonna have a look. We're gonna come into the sphere of influence, and then we've got that maneuver node, and then we've got all the maneuver nodes. We just got all the maneuver nodes. So let's just let's warp this forward. I think is the best way. Low Cowan Plains. Where's that? Oh, moon. Landed southern. Okay. Oh, so we are actually getting signal occasionally. Okay. So when it flies over, that's why we get all of the data. Where is the Sirius? Oh, So that's low, so space low over the Kerwin plains. Didn't realize that was a thing. Right, delete that. Thank you. Right, we're gonna warp ourselves across this boundary. It's been two years and a bit now. Right, let's have a look. So we've got this maneuver. I need to get in and have a look at the Jupiter. It's a focus view. There we go. So we're targeting. This craft is targeting Ganymede. We can get this out of the way. Actually, just get rid of that. So it's targeting Ganymede. It's going to capture there. Like, so we're going to do a burn here. It's going to then capture down here, doing another burn. The important thing we're looking for is we need our periaps and our ascending descending node to be similar. That's what we're going for. So we've got about a day until that. I'm going to bring this up again because we've got days. So when's this going to be? That's in 85 days. When's this periaps? That periaps 85. Seriously? Is that going to be... It's going to be just after Luro's done. Okay, that's not a problem. Right. Let us... let's go to it, I think. Yeah, let's just go to it. And then we'll just... I think we'll just get the... I'm getting lazy. Getting lazy in my old age. We'll just get the maneuver planner to do it for us. There we go. Right. Of course, we're following this. I'm looking over there going, what's going on? Why am I moving? There we go. Right, so if I do that and set as target, there we go. Right. So we're going to do our burn up there. Execute next node. Probably a good idea to do that. Yeah. Everything's good. We've got avionics running. What's our signal like? Signal is not going to tell me anything about it. We're going to Goldstone via whatever it is. Yeah, we're going to Goldstone. That's what we Deep Space Network, 250. It's probably a better connection here than there is around the moon, actually, at the moment. We are getting quite a range of stuff. Right, that's going to fire. Is that going to fire the engines? Yes, it is. Oh, that's loud. But that's okay. We can cope with that. What I will do, is actually shut off some of these engines. Right, we're going to shut down that one. And that one, because we like having spares. I'm going to shut down no others. We're going to keep two going. Right, so that maneuver is done. Beautiful, look at that. So by putting the periaps and the descending node next to each other, it means my apoapsis and ascending node, as you'll have seen previously, are now next to each other, which means I can change my plane cheaper and wonderfully. That's perfect, isn't it? Right, let us go with this. Right, so we have another 10. Wow, that's amazing. In the sort of 5-10 days that we've been looking at things, we've got 10 more sort of points. We're gonna, I'm gonna keep putting them in here. Look at that. Oh, so many points. Just keep knocking them in. There we go. A bit more. Wow, that's getting up there. Just 600. We could do some more science actually. Let's get some more science done. So let run back through what we've done. We've done that. We're not getting that because there's nothing there, nothing there. We are not getting comms. We could potentially want that, but I don't care about it. We don't need that. That means we don't need that. We'll get this. Have we got enough? Yes, we have. So this is going to give us the... will it? Yes, it will. So it gives us some more molten stuff for the ISRU. It'd be interesting if we... Do people want to see me try and actually get the ISRU working? Because we could build like long-term colonies with that, actually, couldn't we? That'd be quite interesting. And I think that's the end of that line. So we're past that one. This one's done. That one's being done. So then we're on to this one, which is nuclear engines, isn't it? Oh, it is. Is that bimodal? But the Triton? Bimodal nuclear engine. Ooh, that looks interesting. 2 tons. Well, 2.5 tons of engine. ISP is 930. Ooh, that's nice. Not massive in the whole thrust range, but a couple of them flying around would be nice. It is liquid hydrogen, which does mean transporting liquid hydrogen around, but ooh, that would be... It's an interesting one, isn't it? Low thrust pump fed expanded nuclear engine evolved from the original Nerva. Okay, so we could give that a go. We could, that could be potentially something quite interesting. So there's a whole line of research there that we need to go down. We'll do that next. And then we've got the electro propulsion that comes down. That's not doable, but these ones where are they? These ones? Yeah, we got the Vasimir there. So we can come to there. And then we've got all the other stuff. So we'll just keep going. We'll just keep working up until we've basically emptied it. How much do you need for 1,000 for the ones at the end? Once we've finished all these, we'll then start on the ones at the end. And that's a nice aim for the Pro Series, isn't it? Fill the entire tech tree, 100% complete. That would be interesting. I'm not sure that there is enough science for me to do that, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Right, here we are in the VAB, and I thought we'd do a bit of a build sesh. Because we've not really done a build sesh before. At the moment, it's going to build things and then show you them and stuff like that. So we're going to take this off. So it was the dog 4E. I've actually renamed it the cog 4E. I'm not going to go with cat anymore. I mean, I could call it the cat, but I think the cog is better. So what am I doing? Well, I'm going to take everything off I can. Right. And move it. Actually, I don't want these. So what I want to do is I want to take that, put it there. I want that to put it there. Nope, get on. Thank you. Right. Now, power cells. Not sure I want these. Not sure I need these. What's this? What's the draw on this? If I... What's in here? This is liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen. We get rid of that. That's the fuel. Actually, yeah, let's dump that. And then I want the top section. There's this and that. Let's take that, put that down there. Okay. So this is pretty much the cargo. This is what we don't need anymore. We don't need this here. I don't need the power stuff. I don't need any of that, and I don't need this. Right. And in actual fact, we know we can put Kerbals on board, so we've got 3 Kerbals on board. Good. Right, so what's the mass of this? The mass is 3.843 tons. Okay. If we put all these bits back on, we are looking at, yeah, we know we can go launch this into orbit. Okay, that's the reason I'm doing this, because I know this craft can be launched into orbit. And then we know that in total it's 5.876 tons. So we know we can put about 5.876 tons into orbit on that launcher. And I want to reuse as many bits as possible. I know this is good. I know this top bit is good. I know I want to get rid of this. So, crew tube. Let's have a look. Where's the crew tube? I want the crew tube, please. You'll be thinking, why is he getting a crew tube? That makes no sense. Why is he getting a crew tube? He's getting a crew tube because I'm going to build the entire craft around a crew tube. In my head, I'm not going to cheat with this. This thing should... Let's put that there. Right, crew tube. What diameter does it need to be? We're going to make it that wide. Make it that big. What tooling have we got for this? I don't know. Right, there we go. So we're at 2 tons. I can put more on than that. So this currently does not have power for itself. It's got power for 4 hours. Okay, can we actually improve the avionics on this, thinking about it? No, they're as good as they're going to get for the moment. Right. So we need power. I think we'll go solar, because why not? So let's have a look. Let's see what solar have I got that I could use. We could use the big panels, actually. Let's do that. Let's stick 2 of those on. Will that provide enough? Perpetual. It will provide more than enough. Okay, so we could actually go with, what's the smallest sun tracking that I've got? You are small and sun tracking. Are you good enough? Yes, you are. Okay, and we'll probably go with 3 of them. Right, so we know these ones here are okay. The small sun tracking. What do they look like unfurled? Let's expand them. Are they tiny wheeled ones? Okay, is there none that are those extending? Those are shielded extendable. Those are shielded extendable sun tracking. Okay. We could just put solar panels all around it, but yeah, we'll put some sun tracking ones on. Right. So next step, we have got a lot of space for putting stuff on. Now we could. I'm gonna make this longer. Let's have a look. Does it cost a lot? Yeah, it's not short, is it? Let's take it to 1.5. Right, so our crew can come in and go through here. This is something procedural tank, is it? Oh, let's imagine it's a. I think it's a hollow one actually. Let's imagine they can go through that and the tanks on the sides. Yeah. This they can walk through, so they can have containers on the outside there that we can put stuff in. So we need a container or two. So let's go with service module. Let's grab one of you. Let's go with. I'll put that onto locked. I would like to go with fillet cylinders. I'd like to go with maximum everything. There we go. Can I actually make you better? Nope, that's as good as you get. Right. And then I need Kerbalism. I need Kerbalism because I need its little thing. The Kerbalism, it's an engine, is it? Kerbalism engine. There it is. Config engine. We're going to put that down there. We're going to config that to... that's going to be fuel and everything. Yeah, that's going to be that. So we do this, and then that allows me to put water in there and all that sort of stuff. There we go. Right. What I'm going to do is we're going to build this. We're going to see just how much it can have. So let's see. Do we go sort of big or go home? I think we make the fillet as big as possible. How much is this? This is not particularly heavy, is it? It's just bulky. Wow. So we're going to make it a bit longer. Not that. You know what? Actually, I'm looking at this fairing. I can go longer, can't I? Because we've taken a big section out. So let's make this length 2 meters, 2.5. There we go. Right. So then this can be almost 2.5. In fact, it can be 2.5. There we go. And we could have 4 of them. We do 4 of them like that. There we are. Perfect. There you go. That takes us to 4. We still got more space. We could go 6. We could go 6. That'd be nice. There we go. Bit of 6. Perfect. That takes us to about the right amount, actually. Now, what I will do is make that a bit bigger. There we go. So that could be our delivery, and we can imagine that there'd be access points there. The alternative is if we actually make it square. We make square things and stick them on the side, and then that would be interesting, wouldn't it? Don't know if I like that. Don't know if I like that. We're of course reusing this bottom section. Let's try that actually. Let's try polygons with how many sides? How many sides polygons? Ooh, this could get quite interesting. This could look quite cool. I quite like that actually. I mean, if we went for 4, it looks like that. If we went for 3, it gets really weird. 4's interesting. Oh, now. Oh, yes. That is interesting. Oh, however, can this actually sit on there? That's the question. Let's have a look. What we're going to do is we're going to open the fairings. There we go. It would, wouldn't it? It would look cool. Right, let's make this 4. So the length should be 2.5. There we go. So that's what that would be like. That would be the delivery vehicle, right? Is the fairing going to be a problem? The fairing is not going to be a problem. Interesting. What's the mass of this thing though? That problem. It is 8.3. Yeah, that's denser than dense, isn't it? So what we could do is actually just reduce the diameter just a bit. There we go. 8, 6, 5. But then we're losing the joy that is. I suppose we could push it in a bit, couldn't we? And then I've actually got the situation. I'm going to end up redesigning an entire craft. I can see it now. We could make this tank smaller if we do that. Yeah, we could actually. Right, so let's try that. Let's make its diameter 7.5. We might actually get away with 7.5 and not have to tool it. No, we don't. I thought we'd done this before. Make it. Ooh, I don't know. Let's make it 7.75. There you go. That is almost perfect, in fact. In fact, that is perfect. I'm happy with that. Right. That's that. So that's going to go in like that. What we can do is actually, you know what? We'll make this a little bit less. We'll make it 125 because that's more accurate. And then we'll let these come in just a smidgen. What I could do is actually make a hollow tube here, but I don't want to. I like the idea of these things. There we go. Oh, look at that. That looks really sort of supply facilities sort of design. Right. Next. So current delta V is 800. So we're going to take this. We're going to change this to, oh, you know what? I haven't taken into account the solar panels. We're going to drop this diameter down to, not that, to there. And we need to make this a bit longer to make it 800. Go a bit more. There we go. There we are, 800. Superb. Oh, you know what I've just realised? We've made this out of 6, haven't we? That's going to not at all be annoying when I come to do stuff. Right. Let's just bring these in to about there. Oh, we got another set. Oh, now that's interesting. I didn't realise I'd actually done it as multiple sets. So we could actually just bring a set to the middle there. That's quite interesting. I quite like that. And then have this set, this one, coming in like that to the middle as well. Oh, that's a whole world of tight compressional stuff. Do we want to do them in the middle, or do we want them round the side? I think I quite like them round the side, which is odd because it's not normally what I would like. I suppose it gives the opportunity in the future to redesign this with another docking port on the back and use it as some sort of docking port adapter, doesn't it? Right, so there's that, and that. That's now got a mass of 5.825. We've got to put our solar panels on. Let's have a look. Where are they? We're going to use these ones. I don't really want that many of them, so we'll go for ooh, I could go for 3. I could go for 3, but the problem there is I've now got my, let's have a look. Can we extend them? How many of them are interact? Yeah, this one at the back is going to interact with that, isn't it? Yeah. So what we actually need to do is move them up. Being really weird, as we are. There we go. Up to about there. And then, of course, because we've got a 3-way symmetry on this, they actually work all right there, don't they? That looks not bad. All right, we're going to retract that. It's ooh, now. Note to self, that ain't going to work. Because, oh no, we've narrowed it, haven't we? We've narrowed the whole craft, so it will actually fit. Yeah, look at that. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. However, we have now made the craft heavier with those solar panels. How much heavier have we made it? Enough for it to be annoying. 5.853 is still less than the one we've actually predicted, so that's what we're going to go for. Okay. Now we've got to colour them. Well, first of all, I need to redo this one because it's got to get rid of its custom end. And then I need to do these, get rid of their custom ends. And then probably do some sort of pattern on them. Something like, don't like that. Oh, you know what? No, that might work. Yeah, I'll work with that. Right, and actually, are they attached to there at the bottom? They're not, and they're sort of up there. So we're gonna shimmy them down a bit because that will annoy me otherwise. So he's gonna pull those down like so. There we go. Yeah, right. We can actually see that they are just touching the black there. There we go. Can it go lower? No, that would touch the black. There we go. That's the perfect position. Right. Color scheme and whatnot. Let's put this on here first. We're gonna move this as well. We're gonna pull this down a bit. just to give us space from the engines. There we go. Perfect. Superb. Right, now for the color scheme. So right click on that. Let's have a look. Have I checked the avionics on this actually? 6 tons. Yeah, it's okay. Right. So color scheme. Open things. Right, we're going to go with that one there in orange. Yes. But we're going to take the red and green. I actually want to go lighter. Maybe do I? I don't know if I do. Let's do that in the black. There we go, that's nice. And then the main colour and the top colour, I think the end, I'm actually going to do in orange. Oof, that does stand out. I'm doing it like that because it's the end. No, that actually looks terrible. Let's do it in not the metallic, the centaur white, and then we'll do this in centaur white as well. There you go. Load that up, and then this thing, we're going to go open this. We're going to do the ends. We're going to do that in centaur white as well. There you go. Sorted. Large portions. Delivery cargo craft done. Cog. Oh, it actually works. It looks a bit like a cog. Yeah, I approve. So there we go. There's the cog. So it's got supplies there for crew. I wonder how many days worth of supplies it's actually got. Let's put a... how many crew go into there? That's one crew one. So let's just stick that on there. Put a crew on board. You can go in. And let's just see what it's actually got. So it's got food... perpetual, because it's actually attached to something, isn't it? Let's pull that off for a second. Food for a year and 90 days. Water for a year and 90 days. Okay. Perpetual hydroxide. Has it? Has it? It doesn't need lithium hydroxide, does it? Have I got lithium hydroxide somewhere? I don't think I should have. Are you in here somewhere? Are you in here somewhere? Have we got lithium hydroxide hidden somewhere that I don't know about? Yeah, we've got 0.25 of it supposedly. Is it in the... It's not in there. I wonder if it's in this cockpit. Yeah, it's in the cockpit. Okay, that's fine. Right. Get rid of the food and water and oxygen. Right, what we're looking at? We're looking at 1 year and 95. So 1 year and 95. So you're looking at 450 days per crew member there. So we'd have to send a couple of these up to do longer duration. But 2 crew, we could get 200 days out of this. Plus what's already on the station. So that is an option. Yeah, I like that. Not sure on the solar panels, if I'm entirely honest. I prefer big sticky outy solar panels than these little ones, but they're sun tracking. There's 3 of them. It looks weird, doesn't it? I don't know if I like it. I think I should have maybe gone with the tanks still, but I don't know. What do you think? Comment below. Is this just a step too far for freight transport? I don't know. I suppose that's all it is freight transport. Right. There we go. That's there. That's there. That's there. That's there. Dun, 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 dun. That decouples. That comes onto there. We can put that higher up actually. And then these ones there could do afterwards. Oh, no. These are all going to be going at the same time. Now, this is the thing I need to check. Engine. Is Aerosine 50. I bet these aren't. I bet these are... Oh, no, they're not. They are actually Aerosine 50. Okay. Those are the docking engines. Wonderful. So these give us... rotational control, so stuff like that. That's good. That should be dockable. Should be dockable. Close that. Save it. Right, what do I need to tool? So it's a 20-day build. Right. What's it like when we've tooled it? 18 days to build that. Wow. And to cooling costs that. What's it going to save me? It's going to save me like 6. But it's going to save me 2 days. You know what, we've got the money, we might as well spend it. There we go. Right. 18 days to build a resupply craft. That is special. So we may actually get that to go in while we are on time. Oh, space station. We have to be aware of the fact that we might have a problem with oxygen, water, and food for the return journey. Thinking about it, there was 6 days or so, but actually thinking about it, that's not going to be a big issue for us because we're not going to use half the stuff that's on the craft. So yeah, this can go up and do stuff. We're going to save this and we're going to build some. Let's build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. They'll set the bottom. We'll put one up now. So the cog 4E. Right, we have gone forward about 70 odd days or something. We've basically been waiting for the Earth Gateway 1 mission timer to come off. You can see here the stats on the crew before we actually go there. You can see we've got stress of 12%, 12%, 13%. That's after 90 days. So yeah, that's we don't have, and this is the interesting one, we don't have, let's have a look, where is it? Comfort, we don't have panorama, so we potentially need a cupola to make it better for longer. And they don't have firm ground, but we're still at 70%, which is interesting. Plants, I'm not sure how you get them. I'm going to be entirely honest with you, not entirely sure. Radiation's normal, everything's good. We have got nitrogen for days, basically. We've got 125 days more food and water on. We do have one of the cogs on station ready to actually go up there. I'm holding it off until we're actually ready for departure of this crew. And I think what we'll do is we'll take the cog up while the crew's on station. And then if we need to transfer supplies across or anything like that, we've got space to do it and things like that. Right. We've also got a load of upgrade points. I've actually been spending them as we go, but we've got about 20 in the last how many days. So we're going to just put some more into here, get this going. Oh, there we go. Delete that. Don't know that, actually close alarm. Right, we're going to do this. We're going to jump across because that's just a timer. It's not important for us. Just do a bit of that. There we go. Those are, we'll pop that one up soon. We've put some extra in the R&D as well. Tech-wise, yeah, we're just running through it. We've got, so in 60 days we've got 400 science. I mean, we're actually generating science. Let's actually have a look. Science, we're able to do 2 science a day. I think we're generating significantly more science than we're actually doing that. So we really need to get this up to about 5 to be keeping up with the science income that we're getting at the moment. So we'll see that. Let's go have a look at the gateway and then we shall end the episode there, I think. Right, we are back at gateway 1. We can actually minimize all that. The crew looks healthy-ish. I mean, they've been on station for a while now. We have a mission that's just completed. I'm guessing I know which one it is. There we go. 1 million for putting that on station for a while. It is spinning. Oh, please do not do this. Please do not do this. Turn the RCS on. We're going to have to send up RCS fuel, actually, and I can't remember what the RCS fuel is on this. Aerosine? I suppose we could just tank it off, couldn't we? That's crew tube at the bottom, because that's the way it was built. It's all crew tubes. That's a crew tube as well, isn't it? Yes, it is. Then we've got this up here, and then this here is a radiator. That's not a crew tube, but what's this here? That's a pressurized crew tube in the center. So there is actually true access all the way through this. There we go. Interestingly, these have not collapsed this time. One thing, this being an old version, I wish I could actually get a crew member out to do a bit of DIY on the station, because it could do with it. Right, just putting it, see the thing is we could actually fix this if we put some struts across here and just stuck these to each other and then to the base here. It would be fine, it'd be fixed, wouldn't be a problem. Why are we rotating? Please, thank you. Let's just do that. Superb. Has that fixed it? Wow, magic. We've fixed it by not overdoing stuff. Right. So I think, let's have a look how we're doing. We have used almost half of the food and water in a 90-day stint. If we only put 2 crew up, we could definitely get to 300. That's without doubt. I think the fuels are running down just with the RCS running, aren't they? Turn the RCS off. There we go. In fact, no, leave it on. Right. Liquid hydrogen, that is in the fuel cells. That is going down a little bit, but it's not been significant. So that's ready to go. So I think starting next episode, we will send up the cog. We'll get it to dock. We'll take the crew here and get them to get back into their craft, and it can return to Earth. We'll start refueling this. The cog, of course, can do a re-entry as well once it's refueled. And then we have some other missions to do. We've got a couple of big craft that are well, one of them has just finished, and it involves the moon, and it involves building a house, pretty much. So there's that to come up. So yeah. So from me, until next time, have a great one.